You're listening to the Outer Banks This Week podcast, a place for people to hear what's going on up and down the beach and to get the truth about what really goes on around the Outer Banks. So, are you ready? Here we go.
All right. Thank you so much, Wes. Outer Banks This Week podcast, episode 139. And it's all brought to you by Outer Banks Pest Control, online at outerbanks-pestcontrol.com for all the creepy crawlies, the varmints, the critters, anything that's plaguing your home or your office. Outer Banks Pest Control can help you get rid of the problem, whether by eradication, termination, or just simply relocation of said pest, varmints, or critters. Okay. Check them out online again at outerbanks-pestcontrol.com. Great folks over there. Wonderful staff. I mean, just 100% well-run business from top to bottom. outerbanks-pestcontrol.com. Another one that's 100% well-ran from top to bottom would be the one that powers the vessel today, and that would be... who would that be? That would be Kelly's Automotive in Manio. That's who it would be. Kelly'sOBXAuto.com, where you can find them online. If you're in the market for a truck, a car, an SUV, a shed, they can help you over at Kelly's Automotive in Manio. Again, check him out online at Kelly'sOBXAuto.com. Hey, thinking about this past week, there's been a lot of things that have been going on over this past week. My son, who plays Parks and Rec football, their season wrapped up last week for their Super Bowl, where they played a team from the Beach division. So you've got the Roanoke Island, Dare County Mainland division, you've got your Cape Hatteras division, and you got your Northern Beach division of Dare County Parks and Rec. Okay, well, the Cape Hatteras division, they merged with the Roanoke Island division for football, for youth football. Okay. So there's only been one team from Manio and Wanchese and the Beach, and Hatteras and the Dare County Mainland. And then there's one team from the Beach division. So they played their Super Bowl this past week. Okay. And the Beach team beat the Manio Wanchese team already. They beat them one time in the first part of the season, but Manio and Wanchese and the Cape Hatteras team has beat the Beach team the rest of the year. And of course, it wasn't much different for the Super Bowl. So, although and they weren't blowouts, there was no blowouts whatsoever. It was pretty tight margins of victory for Manio every time. So the teams were fairly evenly matched when it came to skills. I will say that the team from the Beach, they had some massive kids on that. I mean, there were kids. I'm 5'10", 250. Okay, there were kids on that team that were taller than me and larger than me. And that's no joke. I'm not exaggerating at all. But they were great players, great kids. And I want to just shout out to Andy Hatza-Giorgio and Josh Walker and Matt Nichols and Rob Flowers and Josh Creef. Those are the coaches for the Dare County Roanoke Island Mainland team that won the Super Bowl last week. So that was something that was super cool. Went to the Outer Banks Tourism Summit down in Hatteras Village. They had it at the Hatteras Marlin Club. Great location for it. Great event. A lot of good information that we learned at the Tourism Summit from the Outer Banks Visitors Bureau. And I'm telling you right now, like, all the information that they handed out were ways that we can help. If you're a vacationer, you come here on vacation, it was ways that we can better assist you in having a greater vacation next year. Does that make sense? Like, I probably just used a lot of words that were unnecessary. So it was to make your life better when you're on vacation, to make you have a better vacation. That's what a lot of the information that was handed out was about. And I felt like I needed to be there for that. I needed to make sure that I knew what to do to try to make you have the greatest time while you're here on vacation. That's part of what my mission is in my professional world, is to ensure that you have the greatest time while you're here on vacation. And it's a little personal for me too, because this is my home. This is where I grew up. But I want to make sure that just everything is perfect for you, so you'll be back next year and the year after that and the year after that. So that was really cool that they did that. The Outer Banks Visitors Bureau down at the Tourism Summit in Hatteras Village at the Marlin Club. A lot of good information, and it was a fun time and great to network with people as well. Did enjoy going to a veterans ceremony that they had at Cape Hatteras Secondary School on last Friday. That was really cool, being a veteran. I really appreciated that. And, Veterans Day was just a few days ago, so really appreciated what they did last Friday. And it was just, it was heartwarming. It was a tearjerker, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. I got a little misty-eyed a couple of times, but regardless, that was a cool thing. Did a little Friendsgiving this past weekend with some close friends. That was good. My wife made a big old batch of deviled eggs, and I eat probably half of them. That was good. But all in all, it's been nice. The last week has been very nice. I've had some pretty crazy, hectic weeks here lately, but last week was rather nice. So a little cold snap we had earlier this week, but it looks like the temperatures are going to kind of get back to normal in like the upper 50s, lower 60s this time of the year. Definitely fall is in the air, and I am loving it. All right, this episode of the podcast was going to have the Misfit Bars with Miss Jen Crossman in, but Miss Jen, a little scheduling conflict there. So I'm going to try to get her worked in again in the very near future to promote the Misfit Bar Crawl. But so I'm having Miss Elizabeth Silverthorne. I'm going to phone her in just a little bit to be on the podcast. We're going to talk about the Beach Food Pantry Chef Challenge, which is coming up this coming Saturday. And yours truly is going to be an MC for the event. So it's going to be Saturday, November 15th, 6 o'clock at the Duckwoods Country Club in Southern Shores. All right, so I have her on to talk about that in just a few moments. The only other thing I'm thinking about, newsworthy. So news. Only thing I'm thinking about there, other than going to samwalkerobxnews.com, is that there's a new restaurant in Kill Devil Hills. It took over the old Burger King location, and it's called Cookout. Now, some of you may be like, the heck is a cookout? Well, I'm about to educate you, so listen up. Cookout is an American fast food restaurant chain known for its affordable burgers, barbecue, and wide variety of shakes. It was founded in Greensboro, North Carolina in 1989 and has expanded to operate over 300 locations, primarily throughout the southeastern United States. Many Cookout locations feature a drive-through only model, though some have walk-up windows or limited indoor-outdoor seating and are known for being open late. Now, this Cookout in Kill Devil Hills, I don't know about the late part. I don't know about the late night part, but they are an indoor-outdoor seating location, and there's not many of those from what I understand. The menu includes a wide selection of items like burgers, hot dogs, chicken, and barbecue sandwiches. Now, there's something called the Cookout Tray. This Cookout Tray typically includes a main entree, 2 sides, and a drink, all at a low price. Now, these milkshakes. Hear about these milkshakes. My wife loves the peanut butter banana milkshake from there, okay? It is a popular and extensive offering in this large variety of milkshake flavor, which customers can customize. Now, I don't know if this one's late night, but it says that many locations are open late, often until 4 or 5 a.m., making them a popular late night food destination. And locations, while it started in North Carolina, Cookout has expanded into South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, Georgia, Kentucky, Maryland, Mississippi, Alabama, and West Virginia. Now, this all came from Google. When I typed in Google, Cookout information, this is what I came up with. So, Cookout. Sam Walker was actually there doing what was it called? Operation Shakeout. Kind of like Operation Stakeout, except Operation Shakeout. And he was there for the opening and everything like that. So I thought that was pretty neat. That was pretty newsworthy in my opinion. But for all other news, anything else you may want to know going on around the Outer Banks, SamWalkerOBXnews.com is where you will find it. I do want to thank Mr. Eric Zapp. That's his last name, Eric Zapp, from Truckfest for being on the show with me last week. It was another situation where I had to pump fake real quick and pull a rabbit out of my hat, and Mr. Eric was there. I do need to thank my buddy Ryan Walker from Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance for giving me his information to get in touch with him. But Mr. Eric got us all squared away, talked about Truckfest at the Soundside event site. Looked like it was a great time. I believe I saw where they had over 500 trucks register for the event. That's a crap ton of trucks. They were all respectful. They were all responsible, and they all just came in. They had a party, and they went home. And I think that they're going to be doing another one next year, from what I understand. And if that's the case, yours truly will probably hit the streets and go out there and walk around and get some footage from it. So that was definitely really cool. The Truck Fest this past weekend at the Soundside of Insight in Nags Head. Captain Marty. So we have been out on the streets, Captain Marty and myself. We just went to Wanchi's Marina for the Captain Marty show. Great time. Interviewed a bunch of great captains. Talked to a lot of fantastic folks. And of course, the captain, we're getting geared up for Captain Marty's season 3 after the new year. And if you want to be a part of the captain, just let me know. Just email me, Justin@OuterBanksThisWeek.com, and I'll happily get you the information on how you can be a part of the captain. All right. Let's see. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to jump into some shout outs.
This season, discover the magic of Christmas in Manio. Stroll through twinkling streets at the Merry Market, watch the sky glow during the tree lighting, and feel the joy as the Christmas parade fills downtown with cheer. And when the year winds down, ring in the new one with the New Year's Eve celebration on the waterfront. Make your holidays merry, bright, and full of small town charm. Meet me in Manio. Visit meetmeinmanio.com for event details. Sponsored by the Outer Banks Visitors Bureau.
Yeah, the town of Manio, I'll tell you, there's something magical at Christmas time about the town of Manio. You're definitely going to want to come down and see downtown Manio and enjoy it during the Christmas season, because it's just from the Christmas parade to the lighting of the tree to all the different activities and things that go on, the parade of homes. There's so many fun things that take place during the month of December in the town of Manio, rather. So you're going to want to check that out for sure. All right, let's jump into these shout outs. And again, you can be listed. You can have your own shout out. Email me, justin@outerbanksthisweek.com, or give me a call and leave me a message, 252-216-2797. Now, that is the Captain Marty hotline as well. So you can leave a message for the captain if you'd like, or you can leave me a message and I'll play it back on the podcast. I appreciate my man, Mr. Adam, leaving me one last week. That's my guy right there. If you would like to have your own little personal piece of the podcast, you can let me know. Call me, 252-216-2797. Let's start with Veterans Day. Shout out to all the veterans, those that signed on the dotted line to serve their country. Okay, we appreciate you all so very much for being willing to take the oath and to serve our country. Okay, we appreciate it so much. So I want to shout out to all the veterans that took that oath. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. My parents, my mom and dad, Connie and Mitchell Bateman, they will be celebrating 49 years of marriage bliss. I guess we'll call it 49 years this coming Friday, November 14th. Happy anniversary to them. Next year being the big 5-0. Going to have a big party faux show. You best believe that's going to happen. But yes, happy anniversary, mom and dad, 49 years on the 14th. And I want to shout out to a new place here in downtown Manio. It's called Vicky B's. Yes, after Vicky Bass Night. All right, Vicky B's opened at the corner of Lord Essex and Budley Street. All right, you can check that out. Great little spot. It used to be H.A. Creef's old house. H.A. Creef, the former owner of the Pioneer Theater. His son Buddy took it over, and then Buddy surrendered, or he didn't surrender, that's not the right word, but he sold it to Michael Bass Knight, who owns it now. But H.A. Creef had owned it for quite some time before that, okay? It's his old house. My wife finds her way over there whenever we go and hang out at the Boss Man's house, which is directly across the street. My wife and his wife will go over and they will have themselves some little cocktails or something. I don't know. It's over at Vicky B's, though. It's so fab, so fetch, so awesomoso. All right. Yeah, I just totally made that last word up. But anyway, regardless, Vicky B's in downtown Manio is definitely a cool spot to check out. All right, yeah, that's going to wrap up my shout-outs. And again, justin@outerbanksthisweek.com or call me, 252-216-2797. Would love to hear from you. All right, another quick break. When we come back, I'm going to get on the phone with Miss Elizabeth Silverthorne of the Beach Food Pantry. We're going to talk about the Beach Food Pantry and the Chef's Challenge.
Insurance is complicated, but it really doesn't have to be. Dare County Farm Bureau has been serving the Outer Banks for over 60 years. What you will find at Dare County Farm Bureau is an insurance agent relationship with Mark Tillett, June Jordan, Joel Gretsch, Jeremy Tillett, Ryan Mills, and myself, Clint Godwin. Give us a call today at 252-473-2119 or try us online at ncfb.com. At Dare County Farm Bureau, we're always here for our friends and neighbors. Helping you is what we do best.
All right, on the phone with me right now is somebody that really doesn't need much of an introduction. She's been on the show with me before. You've seen her around town. She's always willing to lend a helping hand, does lots of great things for the communities here on the Outer Banks. Her name, Miss Elizabeth Silverthorne of the Beach Food Pantry. Miss Elizabeth, can you hear me okay?
I can, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. Thank you for being willing to be on the show in such short notice. So
absolutely.
you got an event coming up. We got got the Chef's Challenge this coming Saturday, the 15th, starting at 6 in the evening at Duckwoods Country Club. And we'll get to that part in just a second. But talk to us about the Beach Food Pantry and what you all do for the community, how your year's been this year and stuff like that. Talk to me about that stuff.
Absolutely. So we're celebrating our 33rd year serving Dare County this year. And we have a main location in Kitty Hawk as well as a satellite location in Rodanthe. And we provide free groceries to folks that might be experiencing crisis or emergency situations. We also have some other programs where we serve during times that there might be gaps. So, for instance, we do a summer food for kids program and we do a holiday meals program. But people don't realize, like with summer food for kids, that household expenses can rise by $900 when they don't have those school meals. So that's why there are sometimes that there are gaps, and we step into those as well.
Excellent. Yeah. So you definitely provide a very extensive service up and down the Outer Banks with, you got the locations in Kitty Hawk, locations in Rodanthe. And yeah, I mean, $900, that's a lot. When you got that,
it's hard to absorb for sure.
Holy smokes. Yeah. So, I mean, you're busy. You're all over the place. And I mean, your location in down in Rodanthe is in a very nice, it's not hard to find. It's right there off of Highway 12. So, I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful spot. You really can't miss it. So, great things there. So we've got this Chef's Challenge. What do we do here for the Beach Food Pantry with the Chef's Challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is an annual event for us, and our local chefs, they try to create a competition dish. And I shouldn't say try, they actually do, and they're amazing. They create a competition dish using items that we commonly carry in the pantry. And it is really inspiring to see what they come up with. We try to make sure that we have a good variety of ingredients, and we try to make sure that we lean into healthy options, but they're able to amp it up just that much more. So everybody that comes gets to taste each of the samples from each restaurant. There is a sweet competition category as well as a savory category. And we have some semi-celebrity judges that will judge, things in a technical way. But then there's also the people's choice. So everyone that comes gets to vote for their favorite savory dish and their favorite sweet dish. It's always a fun time.
Yes. And it sounds like it's going to be a great time. It's going to be at Duckwoods Country Club. And you can get more details about it on your website at beachfoodpantry.org. And you can also buy tickets right there as well. And it looks like, do you still have tickets for sale?
We do still have a few tickets. They are going fast, and it does normally sell out, especially when we do it up at Duckwoods because it's a slightly smaller venue. But we do still have some tickets available, and we'd love to have everybody there. Excellent.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, I know that you said that they use ingredients you commonly found at the Beach Food Pantry. Now, are you able to share what ingredients they're going to be using, any of them, or is that kind of like one of those things you have to show up to find out?
Well, I mean, we would like everybody to show up, obviously, but for example, Good Winds is coming back this year, and they are doing a chicken and grits. And they also have some shrimp and grits available, but primarily, we would have chicken as opposed to shrimp. So they're leaning into that a bit more. Dirty Dick's is coming. They are going to have a Thai pork and rice ball with Asian slaw and a poached pear with an oatmeal tulle and cranberry coulis. So, they do some pretty elevated stuff with the items, with pear, oatmeal, and cranberry.
Well, but I mean, it gives you an idea of what, these are the ingredient, things. If you fell on hard times and you have to go to the Beach Food Pantry and you got to get some supplies, you can get creative and do some fun stuff with it too. So this kind of stirs ideas and thoughts, especially around the holidays when people are wanting in a lot of ways to get creative. I know I want to get creative. My wife doesn't like it, but I like it.
Right.
So
Understood.
There's so many like things that you could do with it. And I mean, this is definitely a way to raise money for the Beach Food Pantry so that they can keep their shelves stocked with different things for people that are in need and may need that little extra assistance throughout the year. I think it's a wonderful thing y'all do. And I think this is a great annual event that takes place around this time every year. And I'm very honored. Let me say this, I'm going to be out there. I'll be, on the microphone doing a little bit of talking and doing some stuff like that and entertaining some people. And I'm very honored to be a part of this year. I remember when Miss Karen Pierce, I believe it was Miss Karen. No. It wasn't Karen Pierce. It was, oh, shoot. I'm drawing a blank on her name. Right? Yes, Miss Brenda. Yes. When she approached me at Obar, at an Obar event that they were having, she said, would you be interested? I said, what day? Because my whole thing is my calendar gets crazy. And I was like, give me the date. She was like, the 15th. I said, lock it in. Let's go. So,
yeah, I love it. I mean, to be fair, Justin, the idea that you're going to be there emceeing it, I think the food is just icing on the cake after that, right?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Come just for the entertainment.
Well, listen, hey, I'm going to do everything I can do to make everybody laugh, cut up, and have a good time. And we're going to enjoy something to eat while we're at it. So anyway.
Absolutely. We're also excited. We've got, we've got Bad Beans, Salt Box, Duckwoods Country Club, Jolly Roger, Outer Banks Health, Coastal Cafe, Goodwin's, Kelly's Catering, Dirty Dick's, Shipwrecks, Black Pelican, Claire's Cakes, 1587, Simply Sweet, OBX Bakery. I mean, we've got some amazing restaurants too, so it's all going to be good.
Holy smokes, you just named off like the gauntlet of restaurants that I love to run on a regular basis. Goodness gracious. I mean, yes, it's definitely going to be some really good eating going on at the Chef's Challenge. So, look, if you haven't got your tickets, you need to do it. You need to do it quickly. It's coming up this Saturday, the 15th, starting at 6. Doors are going to open at what time?
At 5:15.
Okay, 5:15, the doors open, but I wouldn't wait until 5:15 to try to get tickets because they're probably going to be sold out. That's why we suggest beachfoodpantry.org, and you follow the directions from there. And I'll post a link in the description of the podcast so people can just click on that link and go straight to the page if they desire to buy a ticket. So
excellent. Thank you. We do also have a Facebook event page as well. They can get the tickets from there. And I think a lot of people don't realize that we don't get any federal, state, or local funding. And so the only way that we can provide the services that we provide is through individual and business donations, grants that we write to like family foundations or business foundations, and then special events like this. So that's why these sorts of things are so important. And as I mentioned, this is an annual event. So this is not related to all of the other, needs that you're hearing in the media, but certainly will go to help towards those needs as well.
Excellent. That's good. And I'm glad you noted that it's not, federally funded, state funded, locally funded. It is 100% donation from people that care and want to give.
Exactly.
So that's an awesome thing. So we got this coming up this Saturday. Now, anything coming up in 2026 you might want to tease? Are we still working on some things? What do we got?
Yeah, we're still working on some things, but we have so many different programs and that we, have done in order based on feedback that we've gotten from the community. And so we are still working on those plans, but definitely looking forward to a good year.
Okay, awesome stuff. Looking forward to 2026. Now, let me ask you this. Let's say there's people that want to donate, but yet they cannot make it to the Chef's Challenge to participate or anything like that. But they're like, you know what? It's that time of the year. It's time to give. It's time to make sure that somebody has a happy Thanksgiving or a Merry Christmas. How can they give to the Beach Food Pantry?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for asking that. We're open Monday through Friday all day long. And so obviously people can bring donations of food. I feel like people do really think about us around the holidays though, and not necessarily in the spring when, folks are still struggling, like our jobs are still reduced hours or non-existent until Easter hits and that sort of a thing. So we're in the process of a building addition that we've been working on for 3 years, and bringing additional food product in right now is difficult for us. So we're asking folks monetary donations. We can stretch them farther with our wholesale accounts. We can also bring in exactly what we need as we can absorb it. But if you are interested in donating food instead of funds, then we would just ask you to consider like January through March timeframe, because there will still be a need, unfortunately, even then.
Well, and that's a good point. I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people think about the holidays and things like that, but there's also the rest of the year where y'all need that extra assistance as well. So I'm really glad you pointed that out. I wish I'd phrased my question a little differently now.
Oh, no. It's all good. It's all good. But money is good anytime, because it really does give us, like, I can buy a pallet of canned chicken for half of what someone would pay in the grocery store, but I have to have enough funds to be able to bring that whole pallet in to begin with. And so that's part of where, the donations really come into play and can be stretched farther and make a difference.
Well, that's all good stuff to know. So we appreciate, that's an interesting little thing you just said there. So we appreciate all that you're doing and pouring back into the Beach Food Pantry and pouring back into the communities. And you think about all the things that you do. You're all over the place. And I just think about just how awesome you've been to just the Outer Banks community as a whole. So, Miss Elizabeth, thank you for all that you do. I want to say that real quick.
Thank you. Thank you for that. But I am honored and really awed at being able to do this work and being able to, be just trusted by the folks that come in. And anyway, thank you. But it really is a community effort, and I'm just grateful to be here. Excellent.
Well, Miss Elizabeth, I appreciate you giving me some time to talk about this stuff on the podcast today. And I look forward to a great event this coming Saturday.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time.
All right. Miss Elizabeth Silverthorne from the Beach Food Pantry had her on the podcast today. We really, really appreciate, again, everything that you do. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Justin.
Being healthy, a goal everyone should have for themselves, and at the Outer Banks Sports Club in Nags Head, it's a goal they take very seriously. Their mission is to help people from all walks of life achieve their personal health and fitness goals. Whether it be to lose weight, get stronger, increase speed and agility, or simply to improve your overall physical and mental health, the Outer Banks Sports Club is the gym for you. They offer the largest and best selection of fitness equipment throughout the Outer Banks, suitable for beginners through top-notch athletes. Visit them online at obxsportsclub.com to see their facility and to get signed up. The Outer Banks Sports Club in Nags Head, proudly keeping the OBX healthy and strong for over 15 years. All right, we're going to jump into some events, and these events and more can be found online. Sorry, I had to. These events can be found online at outerbanksthisweek.com. Click on the events tab, and bada bing, bada boom, there it is. There they are in all their gloriousness and all the entirety. You can select date ranges. You can pick destination type. You can put whatever destination you want to be at. You can pick a category, book signings, comedy, community, dance, whatever. They've got it. They can break it down as far as you want. But we're going to go and start from this coming weekend and go through the rest of next week. So looking at the events that are coming up this week, oh gosh, this weekend we got live music over at Bass Knight's Lone Cedar. We've got live music at Fish Heads. We've also got different things going on at Stormy Seas Bottle Company, Buffalo City Distillery, Whalehead Club. We got things going on at New Vines this coming Friday evening, Jack Brown's, and the Jolly Roger. So Friday night, I just planned your Friday night. You can bar hop around these different places. Checking out into Saturday, the Beach Food Pantry's Holiday Chef's Challenge, which we just talked to Miss Elizabeth about. There's also things going on at Fish Heads, Jolly Roger, Bass Nights, kind of the usual suspects when it comes to live music right now. Buffalo City Distillery's got some live music starting at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. That's going to be with Mr. Jeremy Russell. Love me some Jeremy Russell. I need to get him back in here. He did such a great job on the podcast with me back in the early winter this past year. I'd love to have him back. But Jeremy Russell will be there jamming out from 2 to 5 at Buffalo City Distillery this coming Sunday, November 16th. Again, things going on at Whalehead Brewery, Lone Cedar Cafe, and the Jolly Roger this coming Sunday as well. Looking ahead into next week, Jack Brown's is going to be having their trivia night Monday, November 17th, starting at 6. Open mic night at McGrath's Burger Shack on the same night, starting at 6. And other things, there are a couple other trivia nights, and there's a trivia night at Red Drum Grill and Tap House in Nags Head. And then there's also a poker tournament taking place starting at 6:30 at the Jolly Roger. Lots of things going on in the aquarium and with the Dare Arts Council. You can check all those events out that are listed right here. There's also things going on at Absolutely Outer Banks. Again, the list goes on and on. The Flavors of Fall. There's something going on Wednesday, November 19th, starting at 6 o'clock at NC Coast Grill and Bar in Duck. And again, looking through all of the wonderful things that are taking place, there's lots to be had all the way through next week and leading up into the Thanksgiving holiday. So make plans to attend some of these different things. I mean, you got live music all over the place. One thing that I will tease very quickly is there is a Southern Fusion Eats. What is this? Southern Fusion Eats and Drinks at Vicky B's. So you heard me talk about Vicky B's a little bit ago. This is something that's going on next Friday. What is it? Friday the 21st, starting at 6 o'clock. It is French Southern Eats and Mixology Experience. So French Southern to me almost sounds Cajun. French South equals Cajun to me, but I'm not going to speculate. I'm not. So don't get that in your head that it's Cajun food. So Chef Cody Hooker of Ballast Stone Catering, love me some Cody Hooker. He's going to be doing all of the chefing it up along with perfectly paired mixology class that's going to be led by Holden McCowan at Kind Cocktails. Now, Chef Hooker and Holden will be in here next week. They're going to be on the podcast next week to talk about this. So just a quick tease on that. So that's Friday, November 21st, starting at 6 o'clock. Again, so many different things that you can look at going on up and down the beach over the next week or so. I also, don't want to go without mentioning the fact that there are still high school and middle school athletics wherever you are. You don't have to be here on the Outer Banks. Wherever you are, go and show those kids love and support in whatever athletic events that are taking place. I know a lot of state playoffs are going on around here right now for like soccer and football and things like that. So definitely make sure that you attend these events and show these kids some love and support. I mean, they've worked hard all year and they've earned the right to be where they are. So give them some love and support. All right. I think that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. I don't know that I really forgot anything. I do want to thank Miss Elizabeth for giving me an opportunity to speak with her in regards to the Beach Food Pantry and the Holiday Chefs Challenge that's coming up this Saturday. You can still get tickets online if you go to beachfoodpantry.org. Of course, I will post a link in the description of the podcast, so you can just simply click on that and get straight to the page where you can buy your tickets. I look forward to seeing you there. I'm going to be emceeing the event, and I'm just looking forward to a great time and trying some different, it's just going to be really fun. I don't want to sit here and speculate all about how it's going to shake down. Just go and see it for yourself. Okay. I really appreciate her giving me a few minutes. Sometime next week, I'm going to get Miss Jen in here to talk about the Misfit Bar Crawl, and I'm also going to have Holden. One of them, I believe Holdy is going to be my special edition of the podcast that's going to take place next week. But again, we'll be talking Misfit Bars next week. We'll be talking Kind Cocktails next week and everything going on at Vicky B's on the 21st. So lots of fun things to be discussed coming up next week on the podcast. But that's going to do it for me for this episode of the podcast, episode 139. Again, all brought to you by Outer Banks Pest Control and online at outerbanks-pestcontrol.com. And it's all powered by Kelly's Automotive in Manio and online at kellysobxauto.com. All right, I'm out of here. Have yourself a great, wonderful rest of the week, and I'll see y'all again next week. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, y'all. Take care now. Bye-bye.
This has been another radical edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe, follow us on social media, and listen every Thursday for a new episode.